Happy Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022. Westwood coming at you from the yard and not in the DigiBug. You can kind of see the shadow of the DigiBug right now. I want to talk today about Litecoin. Imagine that, Litecoin. The ratio that Litecoin is currently doing. I've been talking about this for a couple of days, and Litecoin has been strengthening against other cryptocurrencies. It's been strengthening against Bitcoin. Went to like, I don't know, 82 or $3 last night. Kind of had a wick up. A lot of people were, whoa, what is going on? You've got influencers, YouTubers now coming out, and I apologize for the dogs back here. They're probably going to make some noise. But you've got YouTubers coming out and finally jumping on board saying, well, you know, Litecoin might not be such a bad thing. BitBoy came out in his show and said, might be a pretty good play given the regulation that's coming in the next 6 months. And I'm paraphrasing what he said, but this is exactly the situation where we are right now. We're in a place where after the FTX collapse and the ramifications of that, there's this, we need to do something moment, you know, problem, reaction, solution. We need to roll something out for these cryptocurrencies, and that's all you see on the financial news. FTX, and you know, what happened, and this crypto, it's dangerous, this, that. Crypto itself is not dangerous. I mean, it just gives you the ability, it's liberty money, it's freedom money. It gives you the ability to hold cryptocurrency, hold wealth in your possession, outside of a bank, outside of a government, on a network that takes care of all the transactions, and you don't have to worry about it failing. In the case of Litecoin anyway, and Bitcoin, and DigiByte, because they've been running for a long time and they've proven themselves. Some of these other coins, they're what we would call VC coins, venture capitalist coins. That's where you've got the Wall Street money coming in and pumping these coins. You know, your Kevin O'Leary types, your you know, I don't even know. You know, he's the one. He's the name of the day. But you've got Mike Novogratz. You've got these people that come in and they're on CNBC, and you know, they get the airtime and they pump these coins, and they don't talk about Litecoin. There's a reason, because they really can't control that. What happens with some of these coins that are just created out of nothing, and they've got all this money that they raise, they're easily manipulated because a lot of people hold those coins, or I should say a few people hold a lot of those coins. Litecoin is not the case because it's been running for 11 years, non-stop, uninterrupted, over 11 years. And so to get those coins, you had to mine them out. Now, if you were mining them out early, the rewards were higher and the value was very low. The proposition of what, you know, the cost was, you know, you're looking at pennies and then dollars. But if you were mining early on and you held on to it and had the knowledge, you know, or at least the foresight to say, hey, this could be valuable. But at the time it wasn't. So a lot of people, they'd throw 1,000 Litecoin here, there, move it around because it was worth pennies. And so it didn't seem that valuable. It's like that bottled water when you go to Costco or Sam's, you know, they've got the stacks of, you know, the pallets of bottled water. And you can get it for like $4 for 80 of them. So you're like, it's really not that valuable. There's, you know, but if there's none there, just like the toilet paper thing, if there isn't any, holy cow, this stuff really is valuable. Everybody wants it. And so that's what happened with Bitcoin. That's what's happening with Litecoin. People are wanting it because they realize the value of having that. These other coins that can be created out of nothing, I mean, there's a lot of promise, a lot of hope of what they're going to do, but are they doing anything yet? But you've got people that pump them and get people excited, and you've got people on YouTube, and you know, they keep talking about it. They keep saying, oh yeah, this is gonna go, you know, this coin's gonna do this coin's gonna do that, and it gets everybody fired up, and next thing you know, they're in the top 10 of all the coins out there, and they've been around for a year or less than a year. And people don't want to miss out. That's how markets work. It's that FOMO, the fear of missing out. Oh my gosh, it's going up and I don't have any. I need to get some. Well, that's about the time you don't want to buy it because everybody else is buying it. And so at some point, it's going to do this. And then you buy it on the dip if you believe in it. And see, with Litecoin, I believe in Litecoin because it's been around so long and it's proven itself. And these other coins could very well get regulated now. The government could come in and they could say, well, that's a security and, you know, it's got all these attachments to it. And okay, that becomes problematic for these coins. That will not happen to Bitcoin, will not happen to Litecoin, will not happen to DigiByte. So that's why I kind of talk about those. People are starting to see that, and with BitBoy coming out He's got like 1 million followers. Coming out on his show yesterday talking about Litecoin, because he's trying to get legislation passed, good legislation passed through Congress. And he sees what's going to happen, that with regulation that comes in on some of these cryptos, these coins, Litecoin's going to be in a different class. Bitcoin will be in a different class. And you start looking at it and you think, wait a minute, you start comparing Bitcoin to Litecoin. $16,000 Bitcoin, $75 Litecoin, and they do the same thing. Actually, Litecoin does it better. It's faster. It's cheaper to send. It's got privacy features built into it. It's been running for 11 plus years. Okay, it's kind of proven itself. So why aren't people in this? Well, they're waking up to that fact and now they're getting in it. And there's a lot of upside potential. Now, granted, it goes up, it goes down, and so you don't want to FOMO into it. Wait for a little pullback. Just like last night, you're looking at it saying, it's $83, it's gonna go to $100. Stop, step back. So today it's a little bit cheaper. So you want to buy those dips, when it comes down a little bit, that's when you want to make your buy. Problem with Litecoin is sometimes it just runs and you can't get in it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm chasing it. So you want to, any dip, if you want to get into it, that's probably the best time to buy it, because you're getting a little discount instead of panicking into it. You want to try and control your emotions a little bit. But what's happening with Litecoin right now is the true value is being sought out. Just like with Dogecoin last year, it went on an amazing rise because the true value of it was sought out. Now, some people say, well, what's the true value? Well, there is a value to it because a lot of people resonate with it. It's talked about by some big players, Elon Musk being one of them. And it runs on the same network as Litecoin. Basically, they are the same network because the mining machines, the equipment, mining, let's not even get into that, but what supports the network, the hardware, the equipment, it supports Litecoin and Dogecoin simultaneously. They're merge mined. So essentially, they're the same blockchain in a lot of aspects. They're supported, the same infrastructure supports them. So with Dogecoin, it's like, well, heck, it's running on the Litecoin network. It's a safe coin. And it's only, a few cents. Well, if you look at the total market cap, there's so many of them that Litecoin's a better value because there's 84 million Litecoin. There's an unlimited supply of Dogecoin. There's over 130 billion Dogecoin right now. So if you really break it down, the total of those networks, of those coins, Litecoin's undervalued, way undervalued. And it's starting to catch up. And it will go pretty high. Now, I'm conservative when it comes to the price. I'm very bullish on Litecoin. I think it will go into the thousands in the next cycle, by 2025, I'm thinking. But right now, you've got the halving event coming up next August, and that just means that there's less Litecoin being mined out and coming onto the market. It's going to get harder to get the Litecoin. So that's going to underpin the price, and I'm just looking at it like $240, $250 by June of next year. That's kind of what I'm thinking based on history. Now, Litecoin could just turn over the tables right now, that being said. So my conservative estimate is like, $240, which is a good rise, which is a good run up. But if it does what Dogecoin did last year, and it is seeking out its actual value, what it's really worth, then it gets a little bit crazy. And so these ratios, compared to other coins are really going to change. Like right now, you can get a little over 10,000, almost 11,000 DigiByte for one Litecoin. That's pretty good. That's a lot of DigiByte. DigiByte Solid will be around for a long time. It's almost 9 years old now. So that is a very attractive looking, option. However, Litecoin could just take off and leave it in the dust. And, for a time, it could go to 15,000 to 1, 20,000 to 1. I don't think, if it does, it'll be quick. But because DigiByte will then catch up because it has underlying value there that people will start to realize and say, holy cow, one Litecoin, I get 20,000 DigiByte? That's crazy. 5 Litecoin would get you, 100,000 DigiByte. And that will revert at some point, and then you could play that if you want to. But I wouldn't be doing that with coins that are like your venture capitalist coins, your coins that are just, and I'm not going to name any names because communities really support those coins, and that's fine. They've done their research maybe, and that's what they want to get involved in. I don't want to do that. I'm in this game for sound money. I understood. Before cryptocurrency, what did we have? We had silver and gold, essentially, precious metals. to get outside of the banking system, outside of the governmental system, and to have sound money. And again, what is sound money? It's money that's going to exist after your government collapses. It'll still have value. That's gold and silver. Now you've got cryptocurrencies. And so I changed my tune. I looked at it at first and thought, gold and silver's the way. That's all we have. And then crypto. And once you get your head around what cryptocurrencies are, especially your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, and your DigiByte for the future, you start looking at it and saying, everything's digital. They're going to roll out a digital system. That's what they're trying to do with a central bank digital currency. I need to be in this game. I need to make sure that in this digital world I can transact. And I can transact with money I can control. Sound money that will be around if the government fails. Litecoin's going to be around if the government fails, because it's its own network. And Dogecoin too. Hawk up there, screaming at me. Yes, he's hawking. He's looking for Litecoin. So you can look at these things and then realize and understand that living in this digital age, we need digital money. We need sound digital money. We need sound money for the digital age. That is Litecoin. It's something that's going to be around forever. It's got a finite supply. It has a network that has never failed, always been running for over 11 years. And people are starting to realize that. And so it's no surprise to me that we're in a situation now where, watching the vehicles go by, see if anybody turns in. But you're starting to see people realize what that is and what value that offers, especially if regulation comes down. Litecoin is not really something they can touch. It's something that it's money, and you can take that, much like silver. You can take that money and leave the country if you want to, and restore it somewhere else, or have it somewhere else. It stands outside of a central bank. It stands outside of government. Nobody can control that. The network supports that. So as the true value of that is sought out, it could overshoot these other coins. I mean, it's really at a natural 4-to-1 ratio of Bitcoin. What happens if it goes 3-to-1? Is that the natural order of it? No, but I mean, that's what happens with certain things. They overshoot. A human emotion kicks in. Fear of missing out kicks in. Everybody's trying to get, that bottle of water that's empty. There's nothing there. It's gone, and you can't get it. So you're screaming, I need to get some. I need to get some. It's best to have it before you need it. And I've been saying this for years now. It's been undervalued compared to other cryptocurrencies, and now it's starting to find its true value, and you'll see it get stronger and stronger and stronger. So it's a good time to look at Litecoin. It's a good time to understand the fundamentals of Litecoin. And when you do, just like I did, you think, wow, this actually is stuff that works. This is stuff that's, a finite supply, only enough for one. If you take Litecoin, divide it equally among all the people in the world, 8 billion people, you get 100th of a Litecoin each. 1/100th. One Litecoin puts you 100 times ahead of the average person. One Litecoin at, I don't even know what it is, 75, 80 bucks today. And, you could have had it for 60. Could have had it for 50 a few weeks ago. Or not even, probably just two weeks ago. But as more people come into it, that water, those bottles of water go away. There's only so much. I like to use the analogy of a pie. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. You might have some pumpkin pie. So you go and there's a pumpkin pie sitting there. And, it might have 8 slices. Well, there's 16 people there. Not everybody likes pumpkin pie. But if 9 people like pumpkin pie, somebody's not going to get a slice. But the first person to get it, they're going to get their slice. And they might sit back and say, I haven't eaten, I got to finish my dinner and whatever. And then, all the pie is gone. And then that 9th person comes along and says, man, I'd like to have a piece of pumpkin pie. Well, I'm not selling my pumpkin pie. Well, I want it. I'll give you this for it. You get into a bidding war with a slice of pie. But the thing is, you could slice a little bit off. Your one Litecoin, you could take 0.1, a tenth of that pie and get, And so that's the nice thing. It's divisible. That's what cryptocurrencies are. They're divisible down to 8 digits to the left or to the right of the decimal point. Yeah. So it's really the perfect form of money in the digital age, and there's only so much to go around. So it's important to understand that and realize that when you hit a supply crunch, which is what I think you're hitting a little bit right now, because the exchanges, most of them aren't holding any Litecoin, even though you can buy it on there, and as long as it shows up on the screen, you think you have it, but when you try to withdraw it, it's not there. Oh, I saw somebody walking right there. Here we go, paranormal, caught on video. So it's a... So usually with my glasses on, you know, sometimes you'll get a glare on the glasses and you'll kind of at the edges, you know, see certain things. But, you know, sometimes when you're not wearing the glasses, you might see certain things out of the corner of your eye. Anyway, pay attention to those things. You know, the universe talks to you sometimes. I'm talking to you right now, and I'm telling you, you better look into Litecoin. It's important, and other people are realizing it's important. And then when everybody starts jumping on the bandwagon, which is starting now, when all these big players start pumping it and start talking about it, more people are going to come into it, and they're going to bid that price up, and they're going to push it higher and higher and higher. And when there's not enough to go around for people, that price is going to go way up. And so you're best to have it when it's on sale. Don't you like to get things on sale? You'd like to go get your turkey and have it on sale rather than pay full price. You know, that's what you want to do here. Take a look at it. It is sound money for the digital age. And you just, in these times when governments can fail, you gotta have money that's not gonna fail. You know, the Federal Reserve note, I don't even have any in my pocket, but the Federal Reserve note, if you look at it, the dollar that we think it is, if you look at, and my cigar went out, talking too much, but the Federal Reserve note is not coming out of the U.S. Treasury. It's coming out of a bank that was formed in 1913, a Federal Reserve. And you go look at that, you go understand what that Federal Reserve system is. It is not in the interest of the government. It's not in the interest of the people. It is about basically printing money and vampiring your energy, our energy away through interest. See, we pay them a fee. We pay interest on that money that they print up and we hold in our pockets. They're just debt notes. And that's why they continue to lose value. They need more and more and more of them to service the debt that's attached to each one of them. And so there's your inflation. Have to inflate the money supply, create more money, and that drives prices up. Because if there's more money in the system, it's going to go somewhere. That dollar bottle of water now becomes $3. And that's just how things work. So there's no fighting that. That's already in the system. It's already baked into that pumpkin pie. And there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. It's already cooked. It's already done. It's already in the system. It's already in it. So you want to make sure that you have something that can essentially sponge that up. And that's what crypto can do. It can sponge up all of that money that's been printed. So a $70 Litecoin becomes a $700 Litecoin. I don't want to say a $7,000 Litecoin, but at some point it will. It's just your time frame. You know, will it be 10 years? Will it be 5 years? But that's what it will do. It will absorb that garbage money. And it's just going to take you more energy to get it. It's really very little energy to get one Litecoin right now for 75 bucks, 80 bucks. Not a lot of energy at all. Under a $100 bill. And if you see a $100 bill, what difference is it than a $1 bill, other than different ink and a different portrait on there and a couple zeros? Still kind of the same thing, same material. So I hope some of this, you know, kind of jogs a little bit in your minds, makes you think a little bit about where we're at, and maybe you'll look at things differently, you know, because I didn't always look at cryptocurrency and sound cryptocurrency the way I do until I really understood it and internalized it and realized that it was freedom money. It's sovereign money that you can hold. You're not counting on and I got my Litecoin watch on. Got my Shadow Edition Litecoin right there, baby. It's Litecoin time. So you can get those. I think there's a Black Friday sale on these right now, and you can pay with Litecoin and Bitcoin. They have Bitcoin watches and Litecoin watches. If you go out to coinvigilante.com, and I've got the link in the description, and you can get yourself one of these watches, and they're really nice. They really are cool. I don't wear watches, but I actually wear this one. Not all the time, but I like to, you know, I do like it. And it's, you know, it's a way to start conversations about Litecoin. What is Litecoin? What is this watch? It's a really sharp watch. Where'd you get it? But you can get them on sale this week. I think Black Friday special at coinvigilante.com. Go check them out. I mean, they're good people. Support those people who are supporting the network. The community of people are good people in cryptocurrency and Litecoin especially, and they want sound money. They want to put their energy into something that's legit, you know, and that's really what it comes down to. The system we have right now is not legit. It's a vampire casino. They've got the poker chips. They might let you cash out. They might not. The door's closed and you're stuck in it. What are you going to do when the CBDC comes for you, brother? I should have done the Hulk Hogan. What you going to do, brother, when the CBDC comes for you? All right. Enough of that shenanigans there. Hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Give thanks to everything that you have and think about the things that you're going to need going forward. If something resonates with you, if you feel something, you think you should do it, you should do it. You know, I've got an example just the other day. I'm like, that's probably, I should do that. And I didn't do it. Not that it was a big deal, but I was right. Follow your instincts, follow your gut. Know that the truth is inside of you. Know that you're part of something greater. You are part of, you know, something bigger in the universe. And you're connected to it. You just got to tune into it. You got to listen. You got to go inside and listen. Trust yourself, because there are vampires out there lying to you every day because they want your energy. Don't give them your energy. You can take control of your energy. If they're going to pay you in vampire debt notes called Federal Reserve notes, take that, put that into something sound. You can put it into silver. You can put it into gold. Put it into Bitcoin. Put it into Litecoin. DigiByte for the future. All right. Trust yourselves. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you got anything out of this. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll get notified every time a video comes out, and I just appreciate all of you for your comments. You know, leave a comment below, questions, you know, anything at all. I appreciate that so much, and I'm very thankful that, you know, to have a good community around me. All right. I love you all. Have a wonderful Wednesday and an awesome Thanksgiving, and trust yourself. Always trust yourself.